Okay, so I'm going to just record how I do the DevSync editing, mostly for my own reference, uh, but it may be helpful for somebody else. So I've been using Adobe Premiere. I used Adobe Premiere because I wanted to use this extension called AutoPod. It basically gives you a couple different options. I use it to do the jump cut editor, which will cut out silences, which is very nice. Usually ends up cutting out a few minutes worth of content. And then I also use the multicam editor, which will just randomly switch back and forth between people that are talking. And it does a good job. So those are the two main reasons I don't use Social Clip. I think it's one that tries to create like social media clips, but it mostly just reformats the video and it doesn't to a different size. Doesn't seem to. Well, I guess I haven't learned exactly how to use it yet. So, but I have created a project here in DevSync episode 9. This is Adobe Premiere. I'm going to go ahead and import the media. So let's do this. How do I move this up here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then I am not an Adobe expert, I'm not going to lie. So I need to, where do I? All right. I guess we're just going to go through. Yeah, all right. I'm going to go through here. So I have all the video podcast. So I have episode 9. I have all the raw files. So these are all downloaded recordings from StreamYard. I've been using StreamYard for this podcast. So what I'm going to do is add all 4 of these into the timeline. So we're just going to select all of these, and there we go. So it's going to stack them up. I don't want to do that. So first I'm going to add a new track because I want each one to have its own track first. So we're going to add an audio track as well. And then we're going to split these up. So I want, so this is the wide, right? So this is all of us together. Fix that a little bit. And I'm going to move that up there and move the audio down there. And then, so I usually go, let's see, Will is number 2, and then Eric is number 1. So we're going to move these all together. And then I will be number 3. Move the audio down to its own track there. Move that all the way over. Okay, so these all look like they're lined up, but they're not completely lined up. So first, what I'm going to do is match the audios. And they're going to be pretty close, but not quite right. So looks like I am first speaking, so we're going to play it. Okay, and I might not be recording the audio for this. I'm going to add that real quick. Audio source. Or wait, I think that's right. Oh wait, we should just add the system audio. Can we do that? MacBook audio capture. Yeah, all right, let's do audio capture. Hello, let's do that.
Recording started.
So we are cool. So now we have the audio. You can hear there's a little bit of an echo, so I want to fix that. So I'm going to move myself so that my audio matches up with the audio from the wide shot, which is at the bottom. So move the audio over a little bit. It's too far. Almost. There we go. So that's about exactly where we want.
Okay, cool. Recording started.
Okay, and that's close enough. That'll be close enough to make sure that when I'm using the video from my own, so when I'm talking,
we are
it would match the same video feed. It looks like my audio from my individual video matches the wide shot. So that's the main goal here, just to make sure that the audios line up. So we're going to do that for Will and Eric as well. And I'm actually just going to go to the end and match them here instead, because I think everybody's a little more talkative at the end. So this looks like Will. You can kind of see how a lot of the audio files are close in peaks and valleys. So that's usually what I use for like an indicator. Will, oh man, yeah, so Will's almost exact. So we're gonna go right here.
Yeah, you're just selling an idea.
So he's a little echoey. So we're gonna move him over a little bit so that he matches up. And that looks pretty close.
It's like, yeah, you're just selling an idea. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's almost exactly where we want to be. And then same for Eric. Where's Eric? Eric talks here at the end, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Wait, Terraform's not easy.
Okay, so he's echoing. So we're going to move Eric over a little bit so that he does not echo anymore. Or has a very minimal echo, at least is what I shoot for.
Wait, Terraform's not.
We could probably do a little better than that. Maybe not actually. So 0.1.
Terraform's not easy.
There we go. All right, so we're looking at that.
To learn.
There we go. Nice.
Easy to know. To learn.
That's almost exact. So that's cool. Okay, so then now all of the audio should match just about right.
Here for a little while, then switch to iterating. No, I'm going to stick with my over-engineering for now. It's my hot take.
Use HashiCorp. The best way to over-engineer anything is to use it.
Okay, and then
Wait, Terraform's not easy to know. To learn.
cool. So almost all of those audios match up, so we are good. So now when we switch to the wide shot, the individual audios should match what's happening in the video. And then what I'm going to do is cut off this extra stuff. So AutoPod wants you to have all of this, all the video footage lined up at the same timestamps. It won't do gaps. So we're going to cut off, do that. There we go. Just cut all this off. So we're good there. And then I need to learn where my Adobe shortcuts. So then most likely, yeah, this is not exactly the same. So we are going to just cut. Actually, I'm going to leave some space at the beginning. So I usually have a little bit of an overlap. And going to put the cursor at where I want to cut, Command K. And then I think I want to do a ripple delete. So I think it's Option delete. There we go. And I'll just get rid of that extra. And now we should be in sync.
Okay, cool. Recording started.
Cool. And then I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to record this. This is probably going to bug out. But first thing we're going to do is like now we have the raw footage done. So can I rename this? I think I can rename this. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is run this extension for the jump cut editor. And I don't know with OBS running, this might freak out. Okay, so I usually don't really change any settings on here. It seems to be pretty good by default. So it's anything that's less than 50 decibels. I don't even know if we've recorded anything that's like that. But it'll catch silences that are over 0.2 seconds. It'll keep anything that's not silent that's longer than 0.3 seconds. And then it does a little bit of padding in between to see if that's actually going to be like an audio worth keeping or not. So I just leave it as is and do create jump cuts, and we'll see what happens. This usually takes a while actually. So yeah, I'll let it do its thing, and then we'll come back to it. So I think, yeah, because I have a video of my camera recording it, because you can kind of see it as it starts to chop everything up. First it has to encode everything, and then it'll go through and cut out all the different audio chunks that are not doing anything. Right now the recording is an hour and 10 minutes. We'll see how many minutes it actually cuts out of that. It usually cuts like 5 minutes of audio out of just dead silence or pauses or whatever. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, I actually may stop the recording for now just in case, because it's a lot of audio processing and video processing right now. So I will be back. It has finished auto jump cutting, and it had cut out 5 minutes worth of of that. I guess it doesn't cut out ums and ahs. It's not that smart, but it cut out 5 minutes worth of dead space, which is pretty crazy. So that's pretty cool. You can see here that it created a ton of cuts, and then it compresses it all down so that it's so that all that extra dead time is cut out. So pretty cool. All right, so then the other part is the easy part. So let's go ahead and see if we can run that. I think this will run with OBS, but yeah, but that process took a while. I'll have to look and see. I mean, I think I started that. It probably took like 40 minutes. So it's not a quick process. That's the heavy one. So I kind of just let it run for a while and do its thing. But once that's done, this is the quick one. So let's see if we can do the multicam editor. So before I do that though, I actually going to just delete this entire track because we don't need the fourth audio track, which is just the audio of everybody together. I'm just going to keep the audio for the individuals. So just Eric, Will, and I. And then, so back to the AutoPod. So the multi-camera editing, we are, patent pending, good for them. I think I have a preset or 3 cam stream. I've actually been leaving it a little bit higher, just to kind of keep the flow going. So we have 3 cameras, or 3 speakers, 4 cameras. So yeah, basically, because camera 1, it will actually be Eric. Camera 2 will be Will. Camera 3 will be Jay. Actually, in audios as well. So, and we're going to double check. And since they go outward, Eric is audio 1. Will is audio 2. And Jay is audio 3. So those line up. And then video will be, video 1 is Eric. Video 2 is Will. Video 3 is Jay, and then video 4 is all speakers. So that's where the 4th camera comes in. So then this should go through, and you should see all of those little pieces chopped out. So we're gonna do that. And again, I don't know if OBS is gonna interfere with this or not. It might. There is a little box that doesn't normally show up there, so OBS might be a bit of an issue with this, but we will see. I might have to cut it out. It took a long time for it to encode last time, so that's also, I tried a few things to get it to start, where I killed OBS and then restarted Adobe Premiere just to make sure, but I think the encoding process just takes a little while. And unfortunately, it doesn't give you progress. It just stays at 0 for a while, and then it shoots up when it's basically almost done. So we'll see. I might stop the recording again, and oh, there we go. Actually, no, I guess it's good. So that's cool. Should take a minute to encode, and then once that's done, we should see it fly through and just randomly select well, not randomly, but more evenly distribute who's talking and switch back and forth between wide shots and individual recordings, which you'll see in just a second here. All right, here we go. Maybe. Oh, it's gonna, okay, never mind. It's gotta encode each track, I guess. I don't remember doing that before, but I bet OBS is messing with it. So let me see. Well, maybe in editing, we'll get rid of this. So J, webcam, yeah, okay. So it's probably gonna go through each one. So that must have been Eric. So then Jay, then, or wait, no, that's at the top of the list. Interesting. Maybe it's backwards. Yeah, I bet we're pushing the M3 processor a little bit here. Okay, there's the next one. Pushing it to its limits by making it record and try to edit video at the same time. Not too bad though. 90%, 90%. Okay, and on to the next one. And yep, next one. Okay. Or is it just doing piece by piece? All right. This seems weird. It's not usually like this, so I'll be right back. See if we can catch in the act. Okay, I think we can. Cool. Yeah, you can see in the background it is just basically randomly switching back and forth based on who's talking, picking the tracks to go with it, which is pretty cool. So it'll just throw in the wide shot at the top, which is all three of us, and then otherwise it'll pick whoever's speaking and do the video for them. So as you can see, this process is much faster than, well, actually, you haven't seen, but just from what I've already told you, at least, that which you'll find when you use it, is that the AutoPod for the jump cut editor takes a long time, but it has to happen first so that you can see all these little pieces, so it can go through and pick out the pieces that it wants to use for showing the camera flipping. But I mean, that's a pretty easy way. I mean, I think right now AutoPod is $30 a month. Adobe Premiere is also $30 a month, so that adds up pretty quickly. But for $60 a month, it's not bad to be able to dump in some video like this and be able to semi-automated edit a podcast, very minimally, of course. We didn't really do any presenting in this one, so that's where things get a little bit trickier. That's where it doesn't do as well, because now you have to go back and try to pick, or actually really just re-edit where you want to show things, because it's not very good at that. It doesn't seem to, it doesn't have a way to coordinate what you're showing with the video and the audio. So that one, it makes it a lot easier. They're a lot harder. So if it's just talking, that's what this is good at. So saves you some time there for sure. I guess the only other thing I guess on top of that is that I have been using, what's I using? StreamYard. And it's nice because StreamYard will do local recording, which is how I have I have each individual feed of each person talking. So when we're in StreamYard, all three of us are being recorded at the same time. So there's the main feed of all three of us being shown on screen, but each person's computer is actually also recording their video and audio, and then it uploads it while we're recording, so that at the end I have all three of the individual videos as well. So I think that's like $20 a month to use that as well. So they're already looking at like $80 a month to be able to do something like this. But again, it's really not too bad, especially if you were to be I don't know, making some money off the podcast that you're creating. We are 9 episodes in, haven't really done a whole lot to monetize it yet, so we're operating pretty negative right now. But it's definitely an option though. It's been pretty convenient to be able to do this, and I mean, it only takes like maybe an hour or so of my time to edit the podcast, so it's not terrible. But yeah, I just wanted to record my process here. There we go, and now we have a multicam setup where we are switching between views. And
okay, cool. Recording started. So we are uploading, and we are back with episode 9. It's been a little while, but we are back at a little bit of a hiatus. Things have been happening, but that's all right. Now we have returned. Yeah, I was trying to think what happened last time. I think the last one was around the 4th of July, so it's been a little while.
Yeah, and you can see it'll switch back and forth just depending on who's talking. It is. I mean, it's not the best. It is automatic, so it's only going by math.
Some solo episodes, so we'll see.
So
kind of exciting.
It's pretty good about that though, where it will. I think it must be doing some like audio analysis to see when there's higher values, and it'll jump to that person sometimes. But yeah, so it's pretty cool for something that doesn't take a whole lot of effort to try to edit your podcast. That's the process I've been using so far. I've got actually. So one last thing I would do here is that I manually now have to go through and pick out the parts that I would use at the intro. We were talking about actually creating a tool potentially to do that as well, where what I was just talking about, where essentially just go and analyze the audio and look for the highest peaks in audio, because that's typically all I do. So I go and look at the audio and look for where it's high. So like right there, you can see basically like above the line, I would probably start looking for things like that. There, that one's pretty peaked. So I would look for those, because that usually means like someone's either, talking enthusiastically or typically laughing. And then that's usually a good indicator that like there's something there that I could use as a quick clip. So there's no way to automate that right now. There's a lot of tools out there that I think that are trying to do that kind of thing, using some AI to like go through and pick out short clips essentially. So all those tools seem to be like $50 too. So those are like $50 a month to have it analyze your long form video like this and pick out something it thinks would be a good short form video. Yeah, I'll have to go through that process and do that. I mean, I guess actually I can just go ahead and do it now. And then, so I have to do that and then add the intro, which is just that, but usually just like a copy paste of play the video with a little bit of the music that Will created. And then it's good to go. Then export it and upload it to YouTube. So not too bad of a process, but I mean, I guess that's true. It's probably not actually an hour. It's probably more of like an hour, 2.5 hours, probably really to like in total to edit this, depending on how long it takes to pick out the clips and get the intro added. Because I always end up doing something where I mess it up, where I've zoomed in too much or repositioned something or whatever. So let's see. But actually, I am going to double check the ending. We're going to see what it looks like at the end. Just make sure it's stayed in sync and everybody's still good.
We'll see what happens with episode 10. But in the meantime, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
See you next time. See ya.
See ya.
Later.
Okay. Audio looked like it's still matched up, so we're good there. And yeah, I like to stretch out the audio a little bit. Whoa. I'm not sure how to get this to just show one audio track. Like I don't actually want to show two at the same time. No. So I'd like to see all the audios. I know if you make it small enough, they'll collapse down into one. There we go. But I don't know how to change that setting. And it's kind of annoying because it makes it a little bit harder to tell what's happening. But here's like a good peek. So
It's like, you know, maybe go back to your roots and stick to what you know, kind of a thing.
I mean, if you
There
hire
we
the
go.
right people, good things happen generally. I mean, I think
Yeah.
probably what it comes down to.
that's a good clip. We'll stick with that. So I'm going to mess this up. I am going to, let's see, that's an hour, 1 hour and 2 minutes. But what I typically do is we're just going to take all of this and we're just going to move it forward a little bit. Give myself a little bit of space. And now I can put stuff at the beginning. So I don't know how much I moved that forward. We were at 105, so I moved it forward like 2.5 minutes. So at about 7.5 minutes, find that clip that I was just watching.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
I like that one. I want to use that. So let's grab some audio from that. Here's one. Eric should be one. Yeah, that's the only other thing too, is like it does cut out all the other pieces. So don't have the original video of just Eric saying it, but I think that's fine. It's using the footage from the actual podcast, so that's not so bad. Where did I grab that from? Grab that from 107. So we're just going to plop this down at the front, and actually I'm going to go ahead and cut it out so it's a little bit smoother of a take.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
And he dips right here, which is kind of nice. So I think we could probably just get away with this. I don't know why sometimes it keeps them connected and sometimes it doesn't. I'm just kind of like, well, let's see. Delete. Wait, what just happened? Okay. Delete? Yeah.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
Nice. That'll go together pretty well.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
All right. Pretty smooth cut. Cool. So that's a good clipper at the beginning. What else do we have at the end here?
Wait, terraform's not.
Okay, we got that one. And then
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
nothing there.
Over engineering for now. That's my hot take.
Use HashiCorp. The best way to over-engineer anything is to use
HashiCorp. Okay.
I like the best way to over-engineer anything.
The best way to over-engineer anything is
Okay. We're going to cut that out. So we'll grab both of those. Although I don't know. I want to. Should we leave the HashiCorp?
best way to over-engineer anything is to use
HashiCorp. Okay.
use HashiCorp. The best way to over-engineer anything.
Well, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll spoil the surprise a little bit. So we'll take that clip and then
Corp.
keep the video with it. So we'll take, nope, not that one. That one. And these. Grab that. Move that to the front. There we go. And then usually try to get like 2 for each of us. Try not to be too brutal with the cuts, but sometimes kind of brutal.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
All right.
Don't know what we're talking
You
about.
know, it's not like it wasn't online 8 seconds later.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Oh, we're spoiling ComCon a little bit.
No, I mean, we went and saw the normal stuff. Which,
Yeah.
man, honestly, I didn't really get it at first. It was just kind of like, huh. Like, if we're down in Judy, could play anything, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, we're gonna go past that. Okay, we have some nice peaks and valleys here. Nice.
Let's see. Nothing too.
For sure. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did you have anything, Will? Any hot takes?
Let's see.
We're gonna cut that out. We don't need the big sigh. Let's do that. So that whole cool. Let's select. Correct. Okay. We are gonna get that. Okay, we gotta cut all these. So should do that. And triple delete. There we go. So now we have no big sigh.
Any hot takes?
Let's see. Nothing too crazy. Trying to think of what I've done lately.
That's fine. What's we at? What do we got?
That may be the same guy who wrote The Martian, so Andy Weir. And it's about interstellar travel, saving the Earth. Hear his thoughts and his process as a scientist. I don't know. I guess my hot take about
There is, just thinking, there's a video editor called Descript that's pretty good at recognizing. It kind of combines the language recognition with the audio cutting, so it will remove all the ums and ahs automatically for you. I started using it in the past, and then I stopped. I switched back to Adobe to do this kind of thing, but I may have to try Descript again now that I think about it, because it would be nice to be able to automatically get rid of ums and ahs too. All right.
at this point is just a trash company.
Yeah.
I guess that's my hot take is the government needs to stop privatizing the space industry.
The first thing I thought of when I read the most recent story that was like, there's a problem that the spacesuits aren't compatible, right? Like the Boeing spacesuits are not compatible with SpaceX's, I don't know, ship or rocket or whatever it is, like
Okay.
some kind of thing. And all I could think of was just like, did nobody learn from the USB-C?
Let's see.
Come up with a standard.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Right.
thing is like when the government decided to privatize the space industry, they gave out two massive. I don't know. It basically
create dangerous situations because they can't keep up. So
yeah, man. If I was an astronaut,
Anything good here?
SpaceX can run circles around them. But I don't know. I think things like that are what would cause Boeing to not went to performance based as opposed to cost plus, where and also because he knew he could move a lot faster than Boeing, because Boeing has, I forget, maybe it's Boeing or Lockheed Martin. Somebody has like 50,000 employees, so they're not going to change. They're going to remove themselves from the race because they can't keep up. So, but it's not cool to, I don't know.
Yeah, nothing too exciting there. Let's see what else we got. So I'm on the third one. Do I have anything?
I didn't know you guys were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool. All right. We're at just about an hour. So,
eat up those resources. So like stuff like that happens all the time, and it can get very complex. App and kick it from the cluster. It's like, all right, you're going to a new cluster, and it will do a blue-green deployment to a new.
Crazy stuff.
Even use the horizontal feature, and there's so many people deploying to your cluster.
Cool stuff there. What else we got?
And just being able, as long as you can deliver, is really the only thing that matters. So, yeah.
Mhm.
But it's definitely a strategy. It's risky, but I don't know. I also, that stuff's kind of fun too. I don't mind. I'm a big fan of iterating quickly. So, maybe over-engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
Let's do that. That'll work. And that's fine. We'll take this clip, run it to the beginning, edit it out a little bit. Oh wait, what do we do here?
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
Cut them off. Yeah. All right. So should have double checked. Where is that? That was at the end here. Basically right where I was at. So like 107.
To iterating rapidly. I don't know. I'm going to stick with my over-engineering for now. It's my hot take.
Use HashiCorp. The best way to over-engineer anything is.
Need to catch that anything.
Thing is.
There. I think that's the only part that I need. So let's do that.
Best way to over-engineer anything.
Yeah, that's better. So I just need that part actually. So right there. Oh, wait. I don't want that though. Not that. Cool. Now let's go back. Right there. And that should hopefully complete that. Put these together. Okay. Don't keep them, sure. And now, that should be a little
Use
better.
HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
Nice. Okay. Much better. Then this. Drag it over. I guess really these are actually going to be on the front, but it doesn't matter.
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
That's a good clip. And then we have this one.
And then switch to
learn?
Over-engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
to learn.
over engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
We'll cut the gap out in there. So let's see.
Switch to iterating.
I like the choppy cuts, so we're gonna cut this down even more. So we're gonna take both of these, I'm gonna cut that, and I'm gonna be aggressive. So get rid of that, and get rid of all of this. Where's that? Yeah, this works. Cut and cut and delete.
Rapidly.
And cut here. Bam, bam, done. All right, that's not bad. And then let's do 3 more. Really wish I knew how to get this to not be like that. How do I get this to not show? I'm guessing it's because of this. So this is all just settings. I don't care about this. How can I? Is it showing it this way? Did I just undelete something? Yep, there we go. Okay. I don't know what I just did. Oh well. Oh, okay. I think I did level. Really would love this for this to be not multiple. Okay. Thank you, Google. Really wants to remind me I have access to Gemini now. Okay. Whatever, it's fine. It's annoying, but we will deal with it. Kind of just looking for like a baseline peak is what we're looking for.
Start, I mean, we've already gotten to like a specific application of scalability, like how to scale an app, right?
True. Yes.
I mean, we could definitely start there and just kind of keep branching out. I mean, we could probably do hours upon hours of this, but I mean, scalability isn't even just talking about like the assets, right? What are you even scaling for? Are you scaling for traffic? Are you scaling for geography? Are you scaling for cost?
Well, let's do hours and hours.
Branching out, I mean, we could probably do hours upon hours of this, but I mean, hours upon hours.
So there,
probably do. We could probably do hours upon hours of this.
Perfect. So let's do. I lost my audio. Okay, that was a good cut. So we're gonna cut right there. And where was that? I had it. Is it here?
Probably do. We could probably.
Yeah, right there. Cool. So that cut those. And
we could probably do hours upon hours of this.
Cool. Let's copy that. Plop that on there. Cut out the gap. Oh yeah, that will work. that.
We could probably do hours upon hours of it.
Nice and choppy. Let's get that over there. And this is...
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
Over-engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
We could probably do hours upon hours of it.
So that's like 10 seconds. That's pretty good. And we'll make it follow. Since we're going to double over-engineer, put it in the front. And then I like to make sure we don't repeat people, so a little vocal variety. Okay.
Over-engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating.
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
Rapidly.
We could probably do hours upon hours of it.
Missed a part. So it was this one, right?
Rapidly.
Yeah. Put that out here. Why? Is it not? Yeah. Good, so I can see all the audio at once. Okay. This and this need to go over here.
Over-engineer for a little while and then switch to rapidly iterating.
Okay. So we're gonna move this and this over, this and this back over. And that over. Now we're back to the same phrase.
Over-engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
And then Will's over-engineering. Including that one.
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
All right. And then we got Will or Eric.
Terraform's not easy to learn?
All right. And then let's find a couple more. So we need me, and we need another Will. Will's usually pretty easy to get.
Basically say, if it uses this much CPU, then scale. If it uses this much memory, then scale. And then how much do you want it to scale? You don't want it to go to infinity, because then you're going to have 1,000 versions, 10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app, right?
There we go. That's a good one.
1,000. Then you're going to have 1,000 versions, 10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app, right? Right, and it's going to...
That'll work. So let's do that. And we'll catch the beginning. I think the context. It's good to set the context.
Then you're going to have
Oh wait, there we go. Let's get right to it though. Yeah.
You're going to have 1,000 versions, 10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app, right? And it's going to become stupid. So
cool. Let's do that. Copy those. And we can go back to that.
To learn?
You're going to have 1,000 versions.
And then, do I have anything dumb that I could say?
Famous now has 100,000 users overnight. So how do you scale with that? Let's just start there.
Well, Kubernetes makes it
A pretty prolonged monologue at the beginning here, I believe.
So that's my intro for scalability. Kubernetes is good for scalability. So let's start there.
Nice hot take there.
But yeah, so scalability is something that's always been kind of interesting to me. I haven't really totally learned the proper scalability techniques. So this was I haven't promoted it yet to like an actual service. So have an interface, have it connect to an API, and I can now run it in a Kubernetes environment on my machine at least, and then tunnel into it to be able to run it like it's an actual app. So I haven't promoted it yet to like an actual service. So I was actually leaning towards like GCP. So maybe push it out to Google Cloud and see what kind of damage and unexpected expenses I can get into with that.
There we go. That'll work.
And see what kind of damage and unexpected expenses I can get into with that.
That'll work. So let's do that. Get rid of those but that's okay. Keeps it raw, keeps it natural. Do the cut there. And then we'll take this chunk out. How do I want to order this? Is this good? This is probably good, right?
Over-engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
You're going to have 1,000 versions, 10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app.
We could probably do hours upon hours of it.
And yeah, we'll do it there because kind of cut off Eric.
10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app.
We could probably do hours upon hours of it.
And see what kind of damage and unexpected expenses I can get into with that.
And then, okay, we're gonna cut out the gaps in this one. So
and
and a do so we're gonna get rid of both of those. Let's get rid of that and rid of that. Yeah, we'll keep it tight. Get rid of that. So both of these gotta go. That should make it nice and choppy.
And see what kind of damage and unexpected expenses I can get into with that.
Cool. Yeah, that'll work. Wait, can we reorganize this a little differently? Let's see.
Near anything.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
You're going to have 1,000 versions, 10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app.
We could probably do hours upon hours of it.
And see.
Let's move that. Okay, so I'm going to do... I like that better. Almost. I'm going to create a little more room. Okay.
See what over-engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer anything.
We could probably do hours upon hours of it.
You're going to have 1,000 versions, 10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app.
Yeah, cool. Then I can use mine.
Versions of your app.
And see what kind of damage and unexpected expenses I can get into with that.
Nice. Tells a little story, and then we'll finish with Eric with...
So I can get into with that.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
There we go. All right, I think we got a winner. So then we're going to move that to the beginning. Cool. And cool. That gives me plenty of room to put the little intro dealy. I probably should. Let's see. I'm going to save this, and then let's open the old one. Episode 8. And let's find the intro. There's the intro. Okay. And that makes it a lot easier to do that. So I can just copy, hopefully, and open the recent project of Deb's episode 9. Oh, and at some point, I am going to have to... Oh, so it's still open. Okay. gonna have to learn how to use Adobe at some point as well. Wait. This is the new one? Okay, cool. So then I can just go and boop. Yeah, we're good. Awesome. So I think it's possible to, yeah, there we go. We'll delete that and just get rid of the gap. And
Over engineer for a little while and then switch to iterating rapidly.
Use HashiCorp. Best way to over-engineer
We
anything.
could probably do hours upon hours of it.
You're going to have 1,000 versions, 10,000, 1,000,000 versions of your app.
And see what kind of damage and unexpected expenses I can get into with that.
Wait, Terraform's not easy to learn?
it's good. It's a good start. This music's really loud though.
Okay, cool. Recording started. Okay, cool. Recording started.
Do I want... We could extend this out a little bit. Can do that. Let's see. I guess we have to go a little further, right? Like that? Does that mess things up?
Easy to learn?
Fix that.
Okay, cool. Recording started.
I like the fade rather than the heavy or the hard cut to black. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. We got a podcast. And let's make sure the ending is still lining up with audio and all that.
And we've got our hot takes, so I think we're good for this one. So this is episode 9 finally in the books. We'll see what happens with episode 10. But in the meantime, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
See you next time. See ya.
See ya.
Later.
Cool. Okay. We did it. Episode 9. Done. We do an export. So export media. Episode 9. Let's clean that up. The dev sync. Episode 9. Why is it going to that? Let's go to that. Save. What? Okay. YouTube. Let's call it that. How about that? There we go. That's better. Cool. And we're just gonna, and I just don't really change anything else here. So yeah, export that. So the export's usually pretty good. Yeah, it says 20 minutes, but it's not that long. Yeah, more like 5. But the long part is the upload to YouTube. That part sucks. That part's a slow process. So this is not too long. Territory here. StreamYard. There we go. So we're on the dev sync channel. And we're gonna do YouTube Studio. Cool. Hey, 25 views. Look at that. Not too bad. All right, yeah, a couple minutes left on that. Once that bad boy's done, we will upload to here. That's all right. All right, we're trending upward in video or in views. I'll take it. Let's do lifetime. Some peaks. 130 views. That's not too bad. Yeah, 25 views, 17 views. That's cool. That is cool. I'll take it. What else we got? So, a couple minutes left on this. Probably like taxing this MacBook, but that's okay. I need to re-record that intro at some point, but I'm not going to do that today. 1% better every time, right? So this was more of a process improvement. So that was much smoother. The last time I did not remember my editing process, so it took like 3 or 4 hours to do that whole process because I had to start over a couple times because the audio wasn't matching up correctly and I was missing some clips, so it was a little painful. But once this is done, we will have a much better file to work with, and this is a much better process this time around. So, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it'll be useful for somebody else that's trying to follow this process. Again, I think it's not a bad process. Obviously, it's very specific to the tools that I'm using, but hopefully there's enough principles in here or ideas to go take to your own process. But now this is almost done. There we go. So we should have, wait, what is, really? It's got to encode all this again? I don't remember this taking this long. Just checking that. Is this good? Okay, cool. So not good yet. All right, another few minutes of encoding. So we'll go back to that. Yeah, I don't know. I was talking about it in this podcast, so may start to get a little bit more serious about this bad boy, start marketing it like a proper podcast, and start pumping out. Do need to do some shorts. I really just did the one where I was showing how I was editing because it's easier to record from my phone. But there we go. Yeah, breakdown of the different sources. And then I wonder, traffic source. That. I'm sure most of it's from channel pages. Okay, so people are actually like going to the page. Director unknown, 20 or 17%. Okay. So channel pages being the DevSync channel. Yeah, okay. 92%. Nice. View duration, 5 minutes. I'll take it. That's not bad. Click-through impression, 32%. Okay. 102 impressions. Okay. Let's get back. Maybe. Go back. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so channel page. But there's actually 23% from the browse. That's kind of crazy. Subscriptions. Okay, getting some from subscriptions and then a little bit from watch history. But from the homepage. Signed in and signed up viewers. 25 views. That's crazy. With an average view duration of 20 minutes. Okay. Subscriptions, 43 seconds. I probably have not helped with that. I probably have clicked on a few of these and then just to make sure that they were playing and then ducked out. Or I clicked on it to go get some info from like one of the older videos. So I've kind of messed that up. But that's cool though. That's good to know. Yeah, so these are different traffic sources though. It's good to know. You can come through here and see where you're getting a bulk of your traffic. There is a little bit of coming from YouTube search, which is kind of cool. Claude Dev. Yeah, okay. Claude Dev, Claude Sonnet 3.5. So this is one way to game your search traffic or game your video traffic, I guess, just by paying attention to like where things are coming in and what people are using. Suggested videos. Now this is also something you can do, which is kind of cool. Oh boy, Chris said faux pas. Opie and Anthony. I recognize one of those guys as a comedian, I think. Where's humanly possible? Random, okay. RF, partiality of gaming in New Zealand. This guy gives the worst advice. Nice. How to reset CMOS. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I don't know. This is YouTube doing its algorithm magic here, trying to connect up things that probably don't really connect up very well. Jake and Amir. Wow, I haven't seen that in a while. But interesting. Just seeing if we have any outliers as far as videos that get recommended to us. Suggestions are a little weird. It probably doesn't know totally what to do with our content yet, so that's probably why it's not making great suggestions yet. But that's okay. 10 videos is substantial. We are getting there. My hard drive's still blinking, so I'm guessing we're still encoding. Yeah, we still got a minute left. Probably gonna do another pass. Hopefully not though. And my upload process has been pretty, again, I would say thoroughly optimized, or lazy. But I usually just upload it, and then I'm just going to call it scalability. We could probably optimize the title and thumbnail. The thumbnails I need to optimize for sure, because nobody's going to click on this crap. I mean, they might, but it'd be a very specific audience. So I don't think it hurts to go a little more broad, just to make it a little more appealing. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm starting to work on tools to help me do that. So we'll get there. But mostly I just like to use the same things for now. Might even just use the same. I was trying to be good about like updating it to say episode. Yeah, I guess I've done it kind of. Okay, I've done it on almost all of them. I didn't do it. Or no, that episode 1. Okay, yeah, so I guess I just did do it for episode 1. I will go through and update the calendar just so it actually says the right episode number. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we really probably need more useful. Oh, nice. I didn't even look at the view duration. So 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 16 minutes. That was, yeah. Okay. That's good to know. What are we doing? So that was a good one. Frameworks and libraries actually had 10 minutes. It had 16 minutes becoming a dev, and Neuralink had 14 minutes. That was the first one. So I know there's a few people, probably just like my parents, basically the ones that watched it all the way through. But that's okay. What's the YouTube? Yeah, okay. We should be good now. We should have an actual file that we can use. YouTube. That looks like it. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, cool. So video file looks good. Let's go ahead and plop it into YouTube. Upload that. The one that says YouTube. And it's going to take like 20 minutes. So I'm going to say, we're just going to say scalability. Scalability. Kubernetes. Kubernetes. Horizontal versus vertical. Scan. I think that was majority of what we talked about. Episode 9. The DevSync. Cool. And then I've got some preset stuff from the YouTube channel settings, so it kind of just fills in stuff automatically, so I don't have to keep doing it. Upload a file. So go down to my podcast stuff. I'm just gonna say cropped or square. Is cropped better? Ooh, that's not better. Let's change that. Change. I think that's the better one. Yeah. That'll work. And then have a playlist for all of them. Done. It's not made for kids. No, it's not restricted. It's 18 or older. I don't think we keep the language pretty safe, so I think we're good. That was a pro tip I think I got from Ludwig, that just when uploading to YouTube, YouTube will typically use your file name in the naming. So you can kind of save yourself some time if you title it what you want. So, which I actually did not do. I probably should have called it the right way. It's just something kind of fun. With all the AI content that's out there now. So we don't have paid promotions yet. So don't check this box yet. And then the following description of your content makes a real person appear to say or do something they didn't say or do, alter footage of real event or place, or generate a realistic looking scene that didn't actually occur. No, we don't do any of that, but they're keeping an eye out for those AI editing tools that are getting pretty popular. Automatic chapters. That's cool. Yeah, I'm good with that. Featured places. Yep, that's fine. I can try to do that. Automatic concepts. Yeah, Google's trying to figure out the concepts in the video for you. Kind of just have basic stuff here. I mean, what's it called? I've been using vidIQ, and they help come up with these scores. So I'm sure they don't give me a great score because I'm not doing everything they recommend. I probably should. And I also don't like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would tag this stuff as like general because it's kind of what their channel's going for. I'm going to keep it kind of accurate to what the video is. We're not really learning how to code. I mean, we kind of are, but I don't know. But I'm going to leave it at that. Recording date. Sure. We did it on Thursday. Allow embedding. Yes. Publish subscriptions. I'm going to say no. Yeah. My subscriber pool's not big enough. I don't want to notify subscribers, so that's fine. I am on board for just letting people do whatever they want with it. I don't really see a reason to restrict. So yeah, remix it, do whatever you want with it. I think we've been leaving it in sport or science technology to go with the programming thing. So I think that's fine. I leave content moderation on. That's fine. It just kind of looks for. It tries to catch what it can catch. Oh wow, the upload's actually going pretty quickly. That's nice. And then yeah, sort by top. That's fine. Show how many viewers like the video. Yeah, we leaving the likes on. Why not? We've got a thumbnail, and let's see what else. I do not add subtitles. I let Google generate the subtitles for me, and then I actually go back later usually and pull them down to use them instead. Haven't been doing any cards or end screens. I guess. If we're going to go, I think one of those theories is to really make your channel more bingeable. So really like you would run your channel all the way up or run the video all the way up to like the last second, not make it very clear that it is ending, and then promote somebody to go or prompt somebody to go to a previous video. But we have not been optimizing this too much yet. We're keeping it pretty casual. So I think that's fine. And then copyright checks. We shouldn't have any copyright issues. Will created that song unless he Will and his friend John created the intro music, unless they like straight ripped off somebody else. I don't think. I'm hoping they didn't. I think they came up with it on their own. But unless that gets flagged, I think we're good there. Otherwise, it's just us. So we should be good there. And then yeah, I'm gonna leave it as. You know what? I'm gonna probably publish it because why not? Although I don't know. I guess I was scheduling. I don't think it really matters. I think I'm gonna just go publish. We're gonna go public. It's done. Let's get it out there. And we were shooting for publishing on Monday. That's all that really matters. Like I'm sure like when you have a, regular schedule following whatever, like you want to publish on certain times or whatever. But I don't think it's super important. Okay. That's the only thing is like HD's not ready. So I think that's fine though. I'm not too worried about it. Again, not heavy on the metrics yet. I think nobody really knows what it is. Like it's not that good on its own, so it's not going to circulate that well. It's going to take a lot of marketing to really get it out there. So, okay, cool. The SD's okay. So the SD's done, and now it's doing more checks. But I think, yeah, copyright. No, it's still doing copyright check. Yeah. That's fine. All that stuff will happen in the background. That'll let me know if there's actually an issue. So we are going to publish. Now episode 9 is live. That's crazy though. Cut out 5 minutes of empty time. There's still more time, more to cut out, but you know what? It's good enough for now. Got to start somewhere. And yeah, now we've got episode 9 out. So got a few more episodes to go. I know like the real YouTube addicts get super excited about this kind of thing. So it'll tell you your latest performance. Obviously nothing's happened yet, but you would come back and hope for that 1 of 10. Hope that this video outperformed all your other recent videos. But we'll see. Actually, I mean, there's potential. I mean, last video had more views than any other video we've had before, so that's a good trend to be on. So it may happen. But that's it. We have published episode 9 of the DevSync. That's how I create the DevSync, at least right now. I mean, if this is useful or helpful, let me know. If you have any other questions about it, let me know about that as well. Yeah, and I'm sure this process will improve as I do it more. Or, I don't know, also will entertain the idea of hiring someone out if we start trying to, I don't know, grow the podcast and grow the monetization. So we'll see. But for now, it's not a bad process. So hopefully it's helpful to somebody else and help you automate your own podcast to a point. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for checking out. Let me know if you need anything else.